Since I'm getting married, an old hag like you needs to give up your rooms to me and my future husband. Dad and Mom would rather live with me than a defective person like you anyway.
Huh? What's this about all of a sudden?
Don't act surprised. You must have known this was coming.
No, I really don't understand. This is completely out of nowhere.
I'm telling you to get out of our house. Don't you get it? Look, this is our family home, and you've taken over 2 whole rooms by knocking down a wall. That's seriously messed up.
But I got permission for that.
From who? My parents? They were just being nice.
They said it would be fine since I contribute to the household.
We're nice, so we let it slide. But normally, you wouldn't even dare ask for something like that.
I'm sorry. I guess I took advantage of your kindness.
Stop with the fake humility. It's disgusting.
I'm genuinely apologizing.
What good is apologizing? Can you fix the wall you knocked down?
Well, no, but...
No buts! You destroyed part of our family home.
The renovation was properly done, though.
Don't bother apologizing if you can't fix it. And what was it again? Your little drawing room?
Well, you're not wrong, but I use it as an atelier.
Atelier? What's with that fancy name?
Oh, you don't know what an atelier is? An atelier is a studio for...
Stop trying to educate me like I'm one of your little students.
I was just explaining.
Whatever, I don't care. That studio is going to be my husband's and my room, and the nursery.
You're already planning for a nursery?
Unlike some people, we plan to have a proper family.
Ah, I see. So I have to leave. But are you sure? If I leave...
Everyone in the family will be happy. We don't need a wife who can't even have children if you just get fertility treatment.
No, I'm not infertile. We just chose not to have children.
What kind of woman doesn't want children? It's not natural.
That's a personal choice.
There's no such thing as a couple who chooses not to have kids when they're not infertile. Stop making weird excuses.
I think there are plenty of couples like that.
Name one other couple. Just one.
Well, several of my friends.
Anyway, you don't deserve to live with us. We don't need an unemployed shut-in for a sister-in-law.
Well, I might be a shut-in, but I'm not exactly unemployed.
Drawing pictures all day isn't a real job.
Art is a legitimate profession.
Seriously, I don't know why Tyler lets a woman like you stick around. He got into such a prestigious company. He should have chosen someone more suitable.
Someone more suitable?
Someone from a better family. Someone with proper connections.
I see.
I can't stand people like you who bring shame to others. You're making our whole family look bad. We're a respected family. And then we got stuck with a low-class woman like you.
But I'm doing my part.
By what? Teaching finger painting to kids?
My classes are more than just teaching skills. It's about...
Doing what exactly? Everything you have is thanks to our family. And what's with all these men you keep bringing into our house? It's so trashy. I want you to stop.
Those aren't men, they're children. You know I run art classes for local kids, right?
Yeah, but their parents come too. You're probably trying to seduce one of the dads, aren't you? You have no class at all.
That's absolutely not true. Your parents approved the art classes, and I just want to share art with others.
Share art? Don't make me laugh.
It's the truth.
Don't talk about art when you're so low class. Art is a refined hobby, something suitable for people like us, not for people like you. Just get out.
But without our support...
Our support? You mean my family's support?
That's not what I...
Don't get full of yourself. My husband and I can easily cover everything with our income. The room is going to be ours. That's final. And when's your next class? I'm canceling that too.
Stop! There are kids looking forward to it.
They'll get over it. Besides, they deserve better than you.
You can't just cancel their classes.
I'll teach them instead, so don't worry. I'm much more suited to teach art than someone common like you.
Nothing I say will get through to you, will it?
Obviously. And I can't promise to be nice to the kids who come here unless you leave.
Are you threatening innocent children?
I'm just stating facts. Your choice.
I see. Then I'll leave.
Finally, you understand your place.
Not for the reason you think. I'll leave if that's what you really want.
Yay! Pack your stuff and get out today.
Today? That's not reasonable.
What's unreasonable is how long you've stayed already. Just go.
So it's come to this. I'm sorry, Amy, it's all because I'm so useless.
Don't say that about yourself.
But it's true, I couldn't even stand up to my sister.
What are you saying? I don't think that at all. I know you're always thinking of me.
But I should have been here, I should have stopped her.
You were at your job interview. That's important too.
No, I've been completely dependent on you. I'm so sorry. I'll find a new job soon.
There's no rush. Your health comes first.
But the things Hannah said to you!
Forget that. Take your time. It's okay. You had to quit because of horrible harassment at your last job, so it's fine to rest a bit longer and move at your own pace.
The harassment was nothing compared to what you're going through.
It's different. What you experienced was systematic workplace abuse. You deserve this time to recover. You were working ridiculous hours after all.
I can't do that. Having you support the entire household? This situation needs to change right away.
Why? We're managing fine.
But it's not fair to you.
In exchange for supporting the household, they let me knock down the wall for my studio and allowed me to run classes there. It's been helpful for me too. I'm very grateful to your parents.
But now they're using that against you.
That's their problem, not ours.
Amy, why haven't you told my family that I'm unemployed?
Huh?
You've been protecting me this whole time, haven't you?
I don't think of it that way.
My parents and Hannah think I'm supporting the household. Doesn't it make you angry? You're the one that's paying for everything.
Because if they knew you were unemployed, you'd become their next target. I don't want that.
But you've become their target instead.
I can handle it. I'm stronger than I look.
Amy.
Please keep quiet about your job hunting. It's better for me that way too.
But why? Why protect them?
I'm not protecting them. I'm protecting us.
All right, let's get ready to move out.
Are you sure that's okay?
What do you mean?
This is your family home.
I used to care about my family despite how they are, but now I realize you're the most important person to me.
You're making me blush.
You're more family to me than they ever were.
Tyler, are you sure you're okay with leaving this house?
Absolutely, as long as you're okay with it too.
Yeah, I'm fine. We can move into an affordable apartment and find a separate space for my studio. I just don't want to leave this neighborhood.
Because of your students?
They're important to me.
I know, you've built great relationships with the kids. They're learning important lessons about their emotions and how to convey them. Let's look for an apartment we can move into right away. Good riddance to this house.
You won't regret this?
My only regret is not doing this sooner.
Yeah.
I promise I'll make this up to you.
You don't need to make anything up to me.
Yes, I do. And I will.
Hey, how's the new life? I bet you're living miserably in some dirty, cheap apartment, right? I mean, anywhere you could move into right away must be pretty low end.
We're doing fine, actually.
Don't lie. I know these quick move apartments.
It is old, but we're living happily. The rent is affordable, and I found a studio nearby. I'll be able to restart classes soon.
Your standards must be really low.
Or maybe I just value different things.
Oh, really? But the studio at our house was bigger, right?
Huh? I don't know. They're about the same size.
There's no way. Our house is much better.
Size isn't everything.
But our house has a much grander entrance. Wouldn't it be better for your image to have your studio here?
My students care more about the teaching than the entrance.
You're being difficult on purpose.
Hannah, what's going on? What are you trying to say?
Why do you have to make me spell it out?
Because I don't understand what you want.
I'm saying I'll give you permission to come back.
What?
Don't act so surprised. I'm being generous here.
But this is really unexpected.
You haven't been gone long. If you're going to come back, now's the time, right? It'll just get harder the longer you wait, don't you think?
No, I'm not planning to come back. Isn't that what you wanted?
Things have changed.
What's changed?
You knew this would happen, didn't you?
What would happen?
Don't Don't play dumb. You planned this.
Planned what?
Since you two left, we don't have anyone to help with the household expenses. We're struggling. We can't even pay the mortgage. What should we do?
Well, didn't you say you and your husband could handle everything?
That was different.
How so?
Well, we just can't match Tyler's income from his prestigious job. Fine. If you're not going to move back in with us, then at least let him send us some money.
Have you tried contacting him?
He won't answer my calls or messages.
Exactly. Tyler cut ties with you and his parents. You're contacting me because you can't reach him, right? Someone that doesn't want to talk to you isn't going to send money.
He has to. We're family.
Family who kicked us out.
Why is this happening? And what's with your attitude? You're just living off Tyler yourself.
True. Thanks to him, I get to do what I love. I'm really grateful.
Are you mocking me?
Not at all. Just stating facts.
Listen, I know you're still in this neighborhood. It's easy to find out where you live.
Are you threatening me now?
No one's threatening anyone.
But if you are trying to threaten me, I might need to talk to the police.
It's not a threat. I'm just stating facts. Just remember we're nearby. Got it?
Of course. I knew that from the start.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what I said.
You'll regret this.
Are you sure about that?
You think you're so clever.
No, I just know my worth now. Hannah, is it true you've started an art class?
Yes, what about it?
In the atelier I used to use?
Yes, I want to teach children about the beauty of art. There were some art supplies left behind, and I'm much more qualified as an instructor than you.
What makes you qualified exactly?
I come from a cultured family. Obviously, I understand art better than you.
But using the same address will cause confusion, won't it? The children might think it's still my class.
So, what if they do?
That's misleading.
That's fine. It's their fault if they get confused.
Is that what you're counting on?
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do.
You know, you were making quite a bit of money from that studio. I looked into you. The monthly fees were low, but with so many students, you were making hundreds of thousands. Plus, your artwork was being exhibited overseas. You're quite a well-known artist.
You've been investigating me?
I was interested in what kind of teaching you were doing. Turns out, you're a bigger deal than I imagined.
Well, that's not wrong.
How did someone like you manage that?
Someone like me?
Let me tell you, your work is totally childish. You say it's exhibited overseas, but I guess there are tasteless people everywhere if they think that stuff is good.
Art appreciation is subjective.
My taste is clearly superior.
Hannah, stop this fraudulent scheme.
What? Fraud? Don't say such outrageous things. I already have lots of bookings for this evening.
Using my name and reputation?
I'm using my own name.
Really? At my old address?
It's our family's address. I can do whatever I want here.
What?
I'll make money this way, so we don't need you anymore. You just worry about yourself.
The parents won't be happy about this.
They'll see I'm a better teacher than you.
We'll see about that.
Is that a threat?
No, just a prediction.
You think you're so special.
I think you're making a big mistake.
We'll see who's making a mistake. Hey, all the students stopped coming. You did something behind my back, didn't you? You coward!
I didn't do anything behind anyone's back.
Liar! You must have told them something.
Who's the real coward here? I just opened a new studio. Looks like everyone figured out the misunderstanding, and my old students are now coming to my place.
You, my precious income source.
Your income source? Those were my students.
They were supposed to be mine now.
Plus, your reputation as an instructor is terrible. There are tons of bad reviews online already. Amateur instructor, fraud studio using the same address and name as previous instructor. Price increases every 5 minutes. Makes us draw with ballpoint pens. Forces students to draw her portrait over and over.
Those reviews are lies.
Are they? All of them?
Ugh.
Making them draw your portrait repeatedly is honestly hilarious. I can't believe you claimed you were more qualified than me.
I'm a beautiful muse.
The students didn't think so after the 50th time drawing you.
Shut up. None of them have any taste. Why can't they see that my teaching is perfect?
Perfect teaching includes raising prices mid-lesson.
I deserve more money.
You should close the studio soon. You're already facing a lot of refund demands, aren't you? You should quietly pay them back and stop this.
This is all your fault.
How is it my fault that you can't teach?
Shut up. If you could do it, so can I. You're definitely inferior to me.
Then I'll sue you for unauthorized commercial use of my name and identity.
What?
You heard me.
You wouldn't dare.
Surely you were prepared for this. If it comes to that, you'll have to pay much more than just refunds. I wouldn't want that, but since you're superior to me, you can handle it, right?
But, well...
You're superior to me, right? Then prove it by doing something I couldn't do.
What? What's with you? Fine, whatever. I don't care about you anymore.
Make sure you refund everyone properly.
Just leave me alone.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? We cut ties with you. Stop causing trouble.
Oh, finally contacting me? After blocking me all this time, what brought this on?
As if you don't know.
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't play dumb. You've been calling my company repeatedly. They complained to me about it.
Well, if you just answer your phone...
I blocked you for a reason.
Besides, I heard you quit months ago, so you were unemployed for a while and hid it from your family.
Who told you that?
Does it matter? It's true, isn't it?
That's...
And you were living off Amy's earnings. Aren't you ashamed as a husband?
You don't know anything about our relationship.
I know enough. You're pathetic.
Yeah, I feel pathetic. I'm always thinking about how to repay Amy for everything.
At least you admit it.
Unlike some people, I can acknowledge my failures.
Well, think all you want. By the way, you wouldn't want Mom and Dad to know about this, right?
Know about what exactly?
About you being unemployed. About living off your wife.
They don't know already?
I've been nice enough not to tell them yet, but depending on what you do, I might let it slip. Not just to Mom and Dad, but maybe to your friends and neighbors, too.
Is that supposed to be a threat?
Just stating facts.
So what? Go ahead and tell them.
What?
You heard me. Tell everyone.
But wouldn't you be embarrassed, being supported by your wife? Don't you care if everyone knows you're a kept man?
Fine by me. It's all true anyway. If anything, Amy's been sacrificing herself for me all this time. The truth should come out. I'm not embarrassed about having to depend on my wife. I'm just embarrassed that I failed her when she needed me to step up.
You've lost your mind.
No, I've finally found it.
What? You guys make no sense.
You're the one who makes no sense. You're so controlled by your useless pride and sense of superiority that you're on the verge of self-destruction.
What do you know?
More than you think.
Oh, really?
I know plenty. Mom and Dad are trying to sell the house, right? We live in the same town. News travels fast.
Who told you that?
Does it matter? It's true, isn't it?
Ugh.
That's why you tried to blackmail me for money, right? But that won't work. I'm incredibly grateful to Amy. If you won't tell everyone, I'll tell them myself.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me.
What's wrong with you? Look, even if we cut ties, we're still family. We're in trouble. We can't pay the mortgage. Mom and Dad were apparently completely dependent on Amy's income.
Then whose fault is that?
That's not fair.
Yeah, everyone in our family was dependent on Amy. It's really pathetic.
So help us make up for it. Just send us some money each month, please.
After how you treated us.
We can start over.
Why should we help you? The only person I want to help is Amy.
But we're family.
Amy is my family now.
Amy, I'm really sorry.
Huh? An apology? What brought this on?
Can't I apologize?
It's just unexpected.
We were wrong about you all this time. We thought you were just a jobless wife who married into money and was leeching off our family. But you were hiding the truth to protect Tyler.
Oh, that. I really don't care about that stuff.
How can you not care?
Because it doesn't matter.
That's amazing. You're so admirable. Our family welcomes someone as admirable as you. You don't need to stay with Tyler.
What do you mean?
He's just dragging you down.
I don't see it that way.
I mean, he was living off you and hiding it the whole time. You must have been fed up with it.
Like I keep saying, I don't care about that.
Even if you say you don't care, surely you must. I mean, you must want a better environment for your art.
Speaking of environment, I have a great one now. If you're asking me to come back, I'm clearly declining.
Why? I'm apologizing for being wrong, aren't I?
Does an apology erase everything you said to me?
Well,
Don't bother apologizing if nothing can be fixed now.
But we need you. Please, we don't have enough money. If we can't get a lump sum quickly, the house will...
That's not my problem anymore.
Please reconsider.
Nothing you say will change my mind. It would be embarrassing to be considered part of your family. You see, I hate people who bring shame to others.
You're just going to abandon us?
Like you abandoned us when you thought you didn't need us anymore. After that, Hannah and her family couldn't pay their mortgage and had to sell the house. They moved to a cheap apartment for a while, but the situation created bad blood between them. Hannah and her husband divorced. Her father fell into alcoholism, and the family fell apart. Hannah, in particular, ended up drowning in debt after being ordered to pay compensation to her victims for her fraudulent activities. These days, she wanders around town muttering to herself and looking down on everyone. Years have passed, and I don't know where she is or what she's doing now. As for us, Tyler and I are still living happily together. Tyler works hard to repay me, and he bought me a large studio with his earnings. Both my creative work and teaching have expanded in scale, and I'm really grateful to Tyler. I believe that whether it's marriage or any relationship, it should always be equal.
Christine, hold on for a second. What's going on, Gigi? What's going on? Don't act like you don't know. I was rummaging through your room earlier, and guess what I found? Your salary slip. And what about it? You should have seen it. $500? A salary that low? It's honestly embarrassing. Wait, you were rummaging through my room, Gigi? Yes, I was. What of it? You were rummaging through my room? Why would you do that? Well, as your sister-in-law, it's my responsibility to supervise everything, right? My sister-in-law? You're calling yourself my sister-in-law? Who else would I be? This is my family's house, isn't it? And here I am letting you, an outsider, live here with us. It's only natural that I'm the head of the house, right? Look, that house was built 3 years ago as a two-family home, and your family's house was sold a while back. If anyone's the outsider, it's you. You moved in here after the divorce 6 months ago. Don't be ridiculous. My parents and my brother live here. This is my home. You're the outsider, no question about it. Ugh. And on top of that, you've been splitting housework with my brother. Who do you think you are? Well, I'm working too, so I think splitting the housework is only fair. Working on a salary of $500 a month? What are you even saying? 500 may be 500, but that's in euros, not dollars. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you joking? You're seriously a joke. And let's be real, you don't even match up to my brother. He went to a top-tier university and studied abroad. Meanwhile, you're just a high school graduate, right? And on top of that, you're working for a salary of $500 and don't even do the housework properly. Honestly, you're a worthless woman. You should be working harder, you useless thing. Gigi, don't call me by my name so casually. It makes my skin crawl. When someone like you gets too familiar with me, it just lowers my value. Honestly, you are Anyway, I don't need you around anymore. Don't come back to this house. I have no obligation to feed a parasite like you. I've already called a junk removal service and they've thrown out all your stuff. Wait, you threw all my stuff out? Of course I did. You're garbage, so I had everything thrown out. It's only fitting. What about my books? Did you throw those out too? Those were full of trash. I made sure to toss them first. How could you? What's so surprising? Honestly, you should be grateful. I took out the garbage for you. And by the way, $500? It's starting to seem hilariously funny to me now. I might just post it online. Huh? Wait, you're not really going to post my salary slip online, are you? Of course I am. Everyone deserves a good laugh, right? No, wait, that's too much. Oh, sorry, I already posted it. Now you're the laughingstock of the entire United States. How's it feel to be famous all of a sudden? You should be thanking me for making you famous. You can't just post my salary slip online. That's private information. I don't care about that. Honestly, I'm just relieved that you won't be coming back to this house anymore. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I've been so annoyed with an outsider wandering around the house. I've always had to put up with your presence here, and frankly, it's been frustrating. Every time I look around, you're just there, getting in the way. And now, finally, I won't have to deal with you anymore. It's such a relief to know that the house will be free of your presence. What's even more frustrating is how you just walk around as if you have any right to be here. You think you're helping with the housework, but I know deep down it's because you have no other choice. You're just here because of your financial situation. And yet you've always tried to act like you belong. You don't. You never did. And now you're paying the price for it. I'm doing everyone a favor by kicking you out. You were never truly a part of this family, and I don't need to pretend anymore. The things you own, gone. The books you've been clinging to, gone. Everything you've left behind is now someone else's problem, not mine. It's funny to think that just a few months ago, you might have thought you were safe here. That this house would be your sanctuary, but no. The moment you started acting like you owned the place, I knew it wouldn't last. And now everything's falling apart for you. Not only have I gotten rid of your stuff, but I've made sure you'll be humiliated online too. It's almost poetic in a way, don't you think? You've been living in this fantasy world, thinking you could get away with anything. But now everyone will know what kind of person you really are. That $500 salary slip is all people need to see to know the truth. So enjoy the fame because you're never coming back here. And remember, you've got me to thank for it. And don't even try to contact me. I'm done with you. For good. Sorry, Samuel.
What's wrong?
Could you contact the client and let them know that I might not make the deadline?
Got it. I'll contact them right away and let them know, and we can adjust the schedule. But this is really unusual. You've never been late for a deadline before. Are you feeling okay? Is something wrong with your health?
No, my health is fine, but there's been some trouble.
Trouble?
I was kicked out of my house by your sister.
What?
She went into my room without permission and found my payslip. After looking at it, she somehow thought I only made $500 a month. Then she threw all my personal belongings out of the house and told me not to come back.
What the hell?
Right now I'm staying in a hotel, but I also need to figure out the logistics of getting my computer and everything else in order.
Could it be that you've lost your data?
No, I've saved everything to the cloud, so all my important stuff is safe. But I'm so furious right now that it's hard to focus on work. Everything feels like it's falling apart.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's a pretty tough situation to be in.
You know she's always treated me terribly, right? Just showed up at my place out of nowhere, never helping out with the housework, never lifting a finger. She'd always act so superior and look down on me. I tried putting up with it, thinking maybe she was just going through a hard time, especially since she was kicked out after the divorce. I thought maybe that was why she was so emotionally unstable. I figured I'd just be patient and let it slide, but I never expected she'd actually look down on me the whole time.
Wow, that is so messed up. Must be really hard to deal with, especially knowing that all along she was just treating you like that.
It really is, and the worst part is I had no idea that's how she thought of me. I had no idea she thought I was so beneath her. It's like all that kindness I showed her and the patience I tried to give her meant nothing. After all, she goes through my things and makes assumptions about my income and just throws everything away like I'm some kind of trash.
Yeah, that must really hurt. I can't even begin to understand how you must feel.
Oh, I'm fine, really. I'm completely calm about this whole thing. Can you see how calm I am? Your sister's still alive, isn't she? Just sitting there doing nothing of value, as always. I'm totally composed, don't you think?
No, you're not calm at all. You're clearly angry, and I can tell that it's hard for you to handle.
Well, that's just the thing. Your sister actually had the audacity to tell me not to address her casually like we were somehow equals. She said that if I acted too familiar with her, my worth would somehow go down. She actually said that to me. Like, what right does she have to say something like that?
Wow, that's pretty messed up of her. I didn't know she would be so controlling. It's like she's trying to manipulate the situation to make herself feel superior.
Exactly, and you know what? I am not going to let her get away with it anymore. I have had enough of it. I have been trying to be patient, but I have reached my limit. I am done being nice about it.
So, what are you planning to do now?
I don't know yet, but I am not going to let her treat me like this anymore. This whole thing makes me so mad I can't even think straight. I was always there for her, always tried to make things work, but now I just feel like everything I did was completely pointless. She's taken advantage of my kindness, and I am done letting her walk all over me.
I understand why you're so angry, but don't do anything rash. You need to think carefully about how you handle this, especially with your parents.
Yeah, you're right. I can't just rush into anything, but that doesn't mean I'll just sit by and let her get away with everything either.
I understand, but to be honest, you've been nothing but kind to her, and she's the one who's been cruel. You don't deserve this.
Thanks for saying that. It's hard to keep perspective when you're in the middle of it, but hearing that helps.
So, what's the plan now? Are you going to talk to her about this, or...?
I don't know. Right now I need to cool down before I say anything. I don't want to make things worse, especially when I'm so angry. But believe me, I'm not going to let her get away with this. I will make sure she knows exactly how wrong she was.
That's the right call. I'm sure you'll figure this out. And hey, just so you know, I've got your back. If you need anything or want to talk about it, I'm here.
Thanks, Samuel. That means a lot to me.
Don't mention it. You've been through enough already. You deserve some peace.
I appreciate that. Honestly, I'm just so tired of the drama. I just want to get back to work and focus on what I need to do. But right now, everything feels like a mess. I don't know how to move forward from this, but I will. I just need some time to think.
Take all the time you need. It's understandable that you need space to process everything. But just know, you don't have to handle this alone.
Thanks, that really helps. Hey, Christine. Huh? What is it? What's wrong? This payslip, it says 50,000 euros? I saw some followers even pointing it out. Is it really true? I told you already, didn't I? That's the truth. I've been doing well for myself. But seriously, what kind of job are you even doing to earn that much? A lot of different things, you know. I write scripts, I write essays, and I have a few ongoing projects with clients in various fields. By the way, your brother is actually my manager. He helps me out with handling negotiations and setting up meetings with clients overseas. He's been really great, and I'm really thankful for his help. Wait, what? Someone like you is working with clients overseas? Someone like me? What exactly do you mean by that? You really don't have any respect for me, do you? Just because you don't understand, it doesn't mean it's impossible. I just can't understand how someone like you make only $500 a month, and on top of that, you're sharing the household chores with my brother. Hold on, that is totally your misunderstanding. You don't know the full story. Just because you see something on the surface doesn't mean you understand the whole picture. So this 50,000 euros is true? It is definitely true. If you really don't believe me, just ask Samuel. He'll confirm everything for you. It's not like I'm hiding anything. Oh, so it's really true. Wow, I see now. I get it now. I really do. Huh. Well then I guess that means you're acceptable now. Acceptable? What do you mean by that? I mean, as my sister-in-law. If you're really saying all that, then fine. I guess I can let you stay at the house. When are you coming back, by the way? I really want a new handbag. With 50,000 euros, that's about $75,000. What should I even spend all that on? I could buy all the clothes, accessories, and shoes I want. I could even get myself a car. Oh my, why didn't you say something sooner? I feel so dumb for holding back all this time. I could make some serious investments with that kind of money. It's not feeling dumb, you are dumb. Seriously, you're thinking of spending all that on frivolous things? Oh, come on, you don't have to be so bitter. Why not have a bit more confidence in yourself? I understand how you feel, but listen, you've already passed the test to be my sister-in-law, so I think you're good enough for that. I mean, you're really in no position to act like you're above it all, right? You're the one who's a fool here, you know that? Huh? Me? What on earth are you talking about? Sorry to break it to you, but you're not cut out to be my sister-in-law. What? How could you say that? I'm not going to buy you anything, and I'm making you leave the house. No way you're staying here anymore. What? After I accepted you as my sister-in-law? How could you just throw me out like this? Who do you think you are? You're really in no position to look down on me. You mocked my $500 a month, but what about you? What's your situation like? You seem to have no shame in criticizing my income when you have no real job or any income to speak of. Surely you must be earning a fortune, right? Well, my income isn't any of your business. It is my business. Don't try to play it off. I could tell without even asking. You're unemployed, aren't you? No income, nothing. No, I make some money. It's just not a lot. But at least I'm not completely relying on others. So what, are you counting the allowance your parents give you as your income now? That's really what you think counts? Ugh, you're so unfair. Aren't you 30 years old by now? It's really sad that you're still depending on your parents at your age. Shouldn't you be out there building something for yourself? Stop it already. What is your problem? Are you really going to mock me for being unemployed? You don't know what I've been through. You think it's so easy, don't you? I'm not mocking you. I don't judge people based on their income like you seem to do. I'm just pointing out your character. You made fun of me for dividing the housework with Samuel, but you don't do a single thing to help around here. You just sit around the house all day doing nothing, complaining about how everything is unfair. I can't help it. I'm divorced. I have been hurt. I am so hurt. I can't even help out with housework or anything. And you just keep piling on more pain. It's cruel. It's terrible. You're a heartless person. How can you treat me like this when I've been through so much? I've thought the same way about you. That's why I've put up with your arrogance for so long. But, it's been 6 months since your divorce, and wasn't it your own affair that caused it? Why are you still acting like the victim here? You're really making me sick at this point. Well, that's because my husband made me feel so lonely. That's why. It was just a momentary lapse of judgment. I didn't mean for it to happen. It's not like I planned it. A momentary lapse of judgment, huh? You were having an affair with that person for quite a while. Don't act like it was some impulsive decision. You were doing it behind his back, hiding it, and only when it was found out did you try to play the victim. Shut up. Listen, I've decided I'm no longer going to consider you my sister-in-law. Why would you say that? Because it's so obvious. You've treated me horribly all this time, and I just put up with it because I thought you were stressed out from the divorce. But now I realize you were just looking down on me all along, thinking you were better than me because you had your own house, your own income, and everything else. You never once thought of how hard I've been trying just to get by. But I told you I'd accept you as my sister-in-law. I have done everything I can to make peace. Why can't you just accept that? Forget it. I've realized there's no point in talking to you. You're not staying here anymore. I've made up my mind. You're going to leave, no questions asked. You can't just throw me out. I've been accepted as part of this family. What is wrong with you? No, this is my house. I've had enough of you thinking you have some sort of right to stay here and act like this is your place. You're nothing but a freeloader at this point. What? You're still saying that? You must be really dumb. This is my parents' house and my brother's house. You, the outsider, should not be acting like you own the place. That's where you're wrong from the start. What? I bought this house. It's in my name. It's mine. What? You're lying, aren't you? I'm not lying. It's the truth. And that's why I have the right to kick you out. You're not welcome here anymore. You were just living under my roof by my generosity. But even if that's true, there's no way my brother or my parents would let you do this. They wouldn't agree to throwing me out of the house. The discussion has already been had. Samuel, my parents, they all agreed to this. Everyone is on my side. No way. This can't be happening. Where are you right now? Huh? Why does it matter to you? Maybe you're at a hot spring inn right now? Huh? How do you know that? Didn't Samuel tell you? He said that I've been working really hard lately, so he suggested I take a break and relax a little. He even gave me some spending money. It's been really nice to take some time off and recharge. Well, yeah, but doesn't it seem a little strange? You've never worked hard enough to deserve a break, so why would he suddenly tell you to go relax? You're not fooling anyone. What are you trying to say? I'm the one who planned all of this. I'm packing up all your things into boxes right now. I'm changing the locks on the doors so when you come back, you won't have a home to return to. I've already taken care of everything. What? I don't owe you anything, okay? There's no obligation to support someone like you anymore. You made your bed, now lie in it. What is that girl really doing?
I really am sorry.
There's no need for you to apologize. She's already 30 years old, you know.
But she's my sister.
Just because she's your sister doesn't mean you should feel responsible. You're the one who's sane here. It's not like your father and mother raised her poorly. It's all just because of her own character. She's the one at fault.
You really speak so bluntly.
That's just the truth. Still, it's really like she's making a fool of herself. She posted my salary slip and caused a mini scandal, right? And then she started saying things like mocking people with low incomes, and then all her past discriminatory comments got dug up too.
Yeah.
She should have just deleted her account or apologized, but instead, all she did was make excuses and shift the blame onto others. And then at the end, she started claiming that she had been harassed by me every day. It was filled with contradictions, and the lies were exposed immediately. When people pointed them out, she snapped and started playing the victim. Before long, her personal information got exposed and it turned into a massive online firestorm. And to top it all off, I even got caught in the crossfire. At one point, it was so absurd that it actually started to seem kind of funny.
Not funny.
Well, I can't just keep finding it amusing, can I?
Of course not.
Now it's even starting to affect my work. I'm so sorry, Samuel.
Huh?
At this point, I can't hold back anymore. Hey, what the hell have you done? What do you mean? What do I mean? What's going on here? What's this essay you wrote? Oh, you mean the one about my sister-in-law? Yeah, I was just as surprised as you when it blew up like that. I honestly didn't expect it to get so much attention, but, well, someone else had already started a huge scandal, so I guess that helped my piece get more visibility. So this is about me, isn't it? Yeah, of course it's about you. This is so awful. I can't believe you wrote something like this about me. You made me look like a fool, exaggerating everything, making it seem so much worse than it is. How could you do that? Exaggerating? How? What exactly did I exaggerate? What do you mean, what? You've made me out to be some kind of ridiculous joke. It's so over the top. No, I just wrote the truth. I didn't exaggerate anything. I wrote about you cheating, getting a divorce, showing up at my house, doing nothing but acting all high and mighty, even though you weren't helping with anything. I keep a diary every day, so everything I wrote is just facts. If that makes you look bad, it's because you're the one acting like that in real life. If you think that's an exaggeration, maybe it's because you've been acting like a fool this whole time. Shut up, you! Well, looks like you're the laughingstock of the entire country now. Bet you're glad you're famous now, huh? You should be thanking me for that. You think you can just get away with this? I am suing you! You're not getting away with this! I don't care. Go ahead and sue me. What are you going to do? Wait, hold on. What is this? Are you trying to act tough or something? If you sue me, I never revealed your real name in the essay. It was just an anonymous piece. And I didn't put out any personal information that could identify you, so I don't see how this could be a privacy violation. If you think I've done something wrong, you'd have to prove it. But it's gotten so bad now. Everyone knows who I am. People have been making so many mean comments mocking me. Well, that's because you went ahead and started that massive scandal yourself. You lied about things, revealed personal details, and started throwing around accusations. You got caught up in your own mess, and now it's your fault. This is all you're doing. You caused it. It's not a lie. You treated me terribly. I had to expose you for everything you did to me. What's wrong with that? You're the one who hurt me, so it's only fair that your name should be exposed too. Fine, whatever. The truth about all of this will come out soon enough, so I'm not even worried about it. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm suing you for defamation. I'm going to make sure everyone knows what you did to me. Wait a minute, hold on. You don't have to take it that far. Excuse me? Weren't you the one who said you'd definitely sue me no matter what? Now you're backing down? That was, I was just... Was that just a threat? Because guess what? That's a criminal offense, you know. Threatening someone like that is actually against the law. And let's not forget the personal belongings you threw away. I'm going to sue you for that too. You're going to pay for what you did. What? Personal belongings? I just threw out some trash, that's all. Really? Well, that's up for the court to decide, isn't it? You're insane. What value is there in those things? Those old, worn-out books and stuff. You really think that has any worth? You just don't understand, do you? What do you mean I don't understand? The so-called worn-out books you're talking about, those are rare editions. Rare editions? Yes, rare books. They're not just some random books. They're hard to find. They're valuable, almost like antiques. Book antiques? Yeah, some of those books were worth tens of thousands. Tens of thousands for those old things? Yes, it's true. Those books were worth a lot more than you think. Wait, how much would the damages be then? How much are you asking for? Well, it's hard to say, but I'm guessing around 200,000. 200,000? Oh, that's way less than I thought it would be. Maybe I could manage that. Yeah, that's in euros, though. 2,000 euros? Oh, there's no way I could afford that. Well, you've been mocking people who have low income, so I'm sure you're making a lot of money, right? You must be making a lot of money since you're so quick to judge people. If that's the case, paying me back should be a piece of cake, should it not? Wait a minute. I'm really sorry, Christine. I was wrong. I admit it. Please just stop. Stop? Why should I stop? I'm just getting started. And by the way, don't call me by my name like that. Huh? Do you know how disgusting it is when you act so familiar with me? It lowers my value when you get too comfortable with me. I don't want you to reduce my worth by acting like we're on some friendly terms. Christine, I am truly sorry. I was in the wrong. I regret everything I did. I can't believe I let myself do something like that. I am so sorry. Please, I beg you. I have been working so hard, but no matter how much I earn, my alimony and compensation fees take everything. I'm barely able to make ends meet. Please, Christine, can you help me? I don't care. What? What do you mean you don't care? Do you seriously think I'm going to help you after everything you've done? You have got some nerve. Work harder, useless. How can you say such cruel things? How can you be so heartless? You're a monster. That's rich coming from you. You said exactly the same to me, remember? What? I never said anything like that. Oh, really? It's all in the records. I've got it right here. Oh, I'm really sorry. I truly regret my actions, and I can't express enough how much I've learned from this. If there's any way you could speak to my brothers and get them to help me. No. What? Why? Why won't you help me after everything I've been through? I am suffering. This is so hard. Do you have any idea how it feels to be constantly humiliated just because my personal information got leaked? Everywhere I go, people make fun of me. You think I care? How can you say that after everything I've done for you? How could you leave me like this? Do you not have any compassion for me at all? Of course not. What? You are trash, so it's obvious you'll be thrown out. What else do you expect? I am begging you, please don't say such things. I am desperate. And what exactly did you expect from me? Did you think that I would just let you walk all over me? No, you need to face the consequences for what you've done. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Don't come to me looking for sympathy. I don't deserve this. It's funny how you think you're the victim, but look at everything you've put me through. You've ruined everything for me, and now you think I should just help you out of the mess you've made? You are delusional. Please just think of all the times I was there for you. You were there for me? Oh, don't make me laugh. The essay titled My Sister-in-Law was an unexpected and extraordinary hit. When I first wrote it, I had no idea it would become such a massive success. In fact, it was originally something very personal and deeply cathartic, a way for me to deal with the complex and painful relationship I had with my sister-in-law. Over the years, our relationship had been strained, filled with misunderstandings and hurt, and I simply needed an outlet to express the frustrations that had built up within me. Writing it was, in many ways, an attempt at healing, a means to make sense of the feelings I had toward her and the conflict that had clouded our family dynamic. What I didn't expect was that the essay would strike a powerful chord with others. It was, in many ways, a form of emotional release for me. But as I started to share it with a small circle of friends, I quickly realized that the emotions I had experienced, the sense of betrayal, the frustration, the anger, were not unique to me. There were others who had similar struggles with family members, and the response I received was overwhelming. People were opening up to me about their own personal stories, and it became evident that I wasn't alone in feeling this way. The more I shared, the more people reached out to say they understood and that they too had experienced this kind of familial tension. At first, I thought this essay might attract a few readers, people who could relate to my situation, but the response was much more massive than I could have ever anticipated. The essay quickly became a sensation, gaining traction in online forums and social media platforms. As the shares and comments poured in, I realized what had started as an intensely personal reflection was now something bigger. A conversation about family dynamics, the complexity of relationships, and the difficult choices people make. It wasn't just my story anymore, it had become everyone's story. People from all walks of life were reaching out to share their own experiences and to express how my words had resonated with them. It was both humbling and surreal. As the essay continued to grow in popularity, it wasn't long before a publisher approached me with the idea of turning it into a book. I was hesitant at first. This was still such a personal story, and I wasn't sure I wanted to make it even more public. But after some thought, I decided to move forward with it. After all, the response to the essay had been overwhelming, and it seemed as though there was a genuine desire for more. So we took the next step, and the essay was officially turned into a book. To my astonishment, the book quickly became a commercial success. I had no idea that the story I had written from the heart would sell over 100,000 copies. The numbers were staggering, and every time I saw the sales figures, I was overwhelmed with disbelief. I never imagined that something so intimate, something born out of my own personal struggles, would find such a broad audience. But the book didn't just resonate with readers in a general sense, it was deeply personal for so many people. As I heard from readers, it was clear that the themes of betrayal, family, and personal growth were universal, and that my experience had somehow mirrored the experiences of so many others. The book wasn't just a success, it had become a voice for people who felt silenced by the complexities of their own familial relationships. What followed was even more unexpected. The book was adapted into a manga. At first, I was unsure how my words would translate into illustrations. After all, the essay was primarily about my own personal journey, and I wasn't sure how an artist could capture that essence. But when the first drafts of the manga came in, I was stunned. The characters, my own thoughts and feelings were brought to life in a completely new way. It was as if the emotional weight of the words had been translated into something even more powerful. The illustrations conveyed the subtle nuances of the story in a way I had never imagined. The emotions I had tried to communicate through words were now expressed through the faces, the body language, and the visual details of the characters. The manga adaptation brought a new layer of depth to the story, and the readers who had already loved the book found themselves captivated by this new version of the story. The manga's success was undeniable. Fans of the book flocked to it, and it soon became a sensation in its own right. I was once again amazed by the level of engagement from readers. The manga wasn't just a visual representation of the book, it was an experience in and of itself. The characters became more than just names on a page. They took on new dimensions, and readers connected with them in a way that was deeply emotional. It seemed that the manga had struck a chord with even more people than the book had, reaching a broader audience and evoking a powerful emotional response. But that wasn't the end of the journey. The success of the essay, the book, and the manga led to a television adaptation of the story. Seeing my own experiences and emotions portrayed on screen was an entirely new challenge, and I wasn't sure what to expect. The drama series took the essence of the book and adapted it for the screen. There were changes, of course, as any adaptation would require, but the core themes remained intact. Watching the actors bring my story to life was both surreal and emotional. Seeing my own words, which had once been private and personal, now played out on the screen by talented actors, made the story feel larger than life. The characters seemed to come alive in a way that I couldn't have imagined. The raw emotions I had written about were brought to the forefront by the actors' performances, and the story resonated with viewers in a powerful way. The drama series became a massive success, attracting a wide viewership and receiving critical acclaim. It wasn't long before the show was trending, with fans across the country praising its emotional depth and powerful storytelling. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive, with many viewers sharing how the show had deeply impacted them. The story had touched something deep within them, and the characters had come to represent their own struggles with family, relationships, and personal growth. Drama wasn't just entertainment, it was a mirror reflecting the complexity of human emotions. The success of drama brought it with a new wave of recognition, and the story continued to gain momentum. It was no longer just a book or a manga, it had become a part of the cultural conversation. With the success of the book, manga, and television series, and financial rewards started to flow in. The royalties from each adoption were substantial, and soon my family and I found ourselves living a much more comfortable life. I had always dreamed of a future where financial worries were no longer a burden, where we could live without the constant stress of making ends meet. And suddenly that dream was a reality. We were able to afford things we had never imagined before. Vacations, a nicer home, better opportunities for our children. Money no longer seemed like an obstacle. It was as though the financial struggles that had always weighed us down had disappeared, replaced by a new sense of security and freedom. But even as the money poured in and our lives became more comfortable, I couldn't help but think about my sister-in-law. What had happened to her? Where was she now in the aftermath of all this success? I had made it clear that I couldn't help her with her debts, that the money I was now receiving wasn't going to fix the choices she had made. But what did that mean for her? Has she found a way out of the financial hole she dug for herself, or was she still trapped in the same cycle of debt and hardship? The messages from her started to come again, though they were fewer and more desperate than before. She continued to ask for help, though it was clear from the tone of her messages that she no longer believed she could solve her own problems. The desperation in her words was palpable, but I couldn't and wouldn't offer her anything more. The years of giving her second chances, the repeated attempts to offer help, had only resulted in disappointment. She had refused the help when it was offered, and now she was reaping the consequences of her actions. Eventually, the messages stopped. I wasn't sure if it was because she'd given up or because she had finally realized that there was no help coming. Either way, it marked the end of that chapter in our lives, and I couldn't help but wonder how things had turned out for her. But at the same time, I knew that I had done everything I could, and there was nothing more to give. Meanwhile, her life had become a constant struggle. She worked multiple jobs, often from early morning until late at night, but her debts were so overwhelming that it didn't matter how hard she worked, she couldn't keep up. Her wages were garnished to pay off the restitution, and no matter how many hours she put in, she was always in the red. She lived in a cheap, run-down apartment, surviving on discounted food and the bare minimum. Every day was a battle for survival, and the more she worked, the further behind she fell. It seemed like there was no escape. As the months passed, the reality of her situation became clear. She would be in debt for the next 20 years, at the very least. 2 decades of constant toil just to make ends meet. Even if she worked non-stop, she would never catch up. The future was bleak and the cycle seemed unbreakable. For all her hard work, for all her sacrifices, she was no closer to escaping than she had been when the debts first started piling up. The contrast between our lives, between her struggle and the newfound stability and comfort of my family, was staggering. There was no justice in it, no simple explanation for how things had turned out this way, but I knew one thing for certain. She had made choices, and those choices had consequences. I had done my best to help her, to offer her a way out, but in the end, it was her decision, her actions, that had led her to this point.